What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with another fantastic episode of the Dockery Docket. I'm excited to be here, and I hope that you are excited to be here as well. And if you are excited to be here as well, make sure to go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so then you never miss one of my videos. So, there is a problem. New York City used to be the best city in the world. It was once claimed that if you could make it there, you could make it anywhere. But now we are starting to see that the city is collapsing right before our very eyes. It is honestly sad, and there seems to be people in our world today that are just shoving it right under the rug. They will claim that everything is fine and dandy, when in reality, the democratic policies are destroying big cities. Great cities like Chicago, New York, and Baltimore have all experienced a jump in crime. Still, people in these big cities decide that it is 100% fine for them to continue to vote Democratic because it is all that they have ever known. It is time for a wake-up call in these big cities. You can either support the idea that we need to have more police on the street to stop violent crime, or you can go with the crowd that wants to defund the police, release criminals, and literally get punched in the face. The choice is yours. I believe that there are many people that are starting to wake up, but it will still take time for people to realize that what is going on in New York shouldn't be happening at all. As recently, there was a tragic attack that took place in New York City, as a police officer named Jonathan Diller was shot and killed while making a routine traffic stop on a car that was illegally parked. This was tragic to begin with. However, it gets worse when you discover that this shouldn't have even have happened in the first place, as the criminal that shot this police officer was named Guy Rivera, and he was arrested a grand total of 21 times before this incident happened. How in the world did this happen? Well, New York has bail reform, as in 2019, New York ended the use of money bail and jail for most cases involving misdemeanors and low-level felonies. The law was implemented in January of 2020, and it sought to make the release rather than detention the default in these different cases. So you get charged with a petty crime, you go to jail, but you don't have any money for the bail. Well, that's okay. You can just get released right back into the public. Just make sure you come back for your court date. Oh, wait, they never do. And this is how this man was able to get out of prison and go right back to his life of crime. This police officer shouldn't have been murdered at all. Now, this story also tells the tale of two presidents, as when this situation happened, Trump jumped right on Truth Social and posted this: "Our heartfelt prayers go out to the family of highly decorated New York Police Department officer Jonathan Diller, whose life was taken by a murderous career criminal yesterday during a traffic stop in Queens. The thug in question has 21 prior arrests and just recently got out of prison. He never should have been let back out on the streets. To Officer Diller's family and all the other brave men and women of law enforcement who put your lives on the line every single day, we love you, we appreciate you, and we will always stand with you." This was a strong message to send, but then Trump decided to do something more. He decided to go to the wake or the visitation of this officer, where Trump said this about the criminal and also the family that just lost a loved one, and also what he was planning on doing to stop violent crime like this from happening. Take a look at this.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. I want to thank Bruce and all of the people that have worked so hard to make this area beautiful and safe. And this is what happened. It's such a sad event, such a horrible thing, and it's happening all too often. And we're just not going to let it happen. We just can't. 21 times arrested, this thug, and the person in the car with him was arrested many times. And they don't learn because they don't respect. They're not given the respect. The police are the greatest people we have. There's nothing and there's nobody like them, and this should never happen. I just visited with a very beautiful wife that now doesn't have her husband. Stephanie was just incredible. Their child, brand new, beautiful baby. So they're innocent as can be. Doesn't know how his life has been changed. But the Diller family you'll never be the same. You can never be the same. And we have to stop it. We have to stop it. We have to get back to law and order. We have to do a lot of things differently because this is not working. This is happening too often.
I believe that it is time to get back to law and order when it comes to big cities that are run by Democrats. The problem is that Democrats are so focused on making sure that their laws don't offend people that they would rather deal with a person that has been arrested 21 times being on the street rather than being called racist or non-equitable because they kept him in jail. However, Donald Trump wasn't the only former president or current president to be in New York City, as Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton made a guest appearance. No, not at the funeral, you silly, but a huge campaign rally hosted with a star-studded cast of characters. Chuck Schumer was there and told a crowd of 5,000 Democrats that they must do whatever it takes to ensure that the dishonest, chaotic, and ineffective regime of Donald Trump did not return. Mindy Kaling was the one that hosted the event, and singer Lizzo also performed a rendition of her famous song, It's About Dang Time. Sorry, I don't swear. Other stars like Queen Latifah and Cindy Erivo took the stage and talked about how wonderful the Democrats are. Then the main event happened, as Joe Biden, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton all rose up from hell, the floor, to a grand applause from the audience. There to host these men was the most center-leaning and not a crazy person late-night host, Stephen Colbert. The speeches from these men were same old, same old. Joe Biden talked about how we have to save our democracy and that Trump had a perverse view of the world. Barack Obama, on his part, apologized for killing millions of children in the Middle East and also complimented Joe Biden on all of his legislative victories, like, never mind. Bill Clinton then spoke and apologized for molesting children on Epstein's Island, but also claimed that Trump has been stealing a few good years from the back of Mr. Obama's administration's successes. The night ended with the four men putting on aviator sunglasses and leaving the stage where they belong. Now, this event was huge, as according to BBC, it raised a grand total of $26 million, which is a record high for any political event. Now, it is true that the Democrats have raised more than Republicans, and it's not because the Democrats have continued to throw charges and legal fees at Donald Trump, but because Joe Biden is already going to his big guns. This race right now between Trump and Joe Biden is neck and neck. And in some of these swing states, Joe Biden is losing. And I can tell you right now that Joe Biden and also the Democratic establishment are scared out of their minds. This is why Joe Biden had to do this event. He needs to depend on the celebrities and the former presidents to prop him up, because if they didn't, he would fall flat on his face. There are also a lot of people on X that were asking, well, why doesn't any former president support Donald Trump? Well, the answer is simple. Donald Trump doesn't need them. Trump doesn't need to have the support of the Bushes. What he needs is the support of the American people. And this is why Trump went to New York. Not to hang out with big wig celebrities, but to hang out with the American people. We have seen this when Trump went to East Palestine, Ohio, when the train got derailed and he bought everyone a blizzard. We have seen this when Donald Trump visits the border, where he shakes every single Border Patrol agent's hand. Trump is trying to be the president for the people, while Joe Biden is trying to be the president of the celebrities and the rich, just like Obama does. This even also shows that the Democratic Party is split right down the middle when it comes to the Israel-Palestine conflict, as outside of the music hall where Joe Biden, Obama, Bill Clinton, and all these celebrities were speaking, there were droves of angry protesters waving Palestinian flags and chanting Free Palestine along with F. Joe Biden, and they were calling him Genocide Joe. As one of the chances, Genocide Joe has got to go. This Israel and Palestine conflict will destroy the Democratic Party. People aren't going to vote for the Democrats or maybe even anyone else if that war is still continuing, which leaves the door wide open for Donald Trump to win his second term. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.